What's up, y'all? This is ERAC Raheem Ali, Edward Boomer, whatever you know me as. Doing this thing for a second time. Um, Something came up for me in doing this, and it is centered around what I wanted to talk about anyway, which was abandonment. So I recorded a whole episode a few days ago. Now it's probably about a week ago, last Tuesday. Did a whole episode and I didn't check the sound. Sound was jacked up. I got to, had to redo the whole thing. And in my head, I was like, man, this is a good time not to do it at all. This is a good time to abandon this project. And I could have easily chalked it up to I didn't have the time or I was just procrastinating. But I had to look at it and said, and I started thinking about other things that I've abandoned, whether it be relationships, whether it be projects, whether it be relationships, myself, my children, in some way. Um, I had to think, like, how often am I doing this? And then I noticed a few times that I identified that I had abandoned something or someone or something. Um, and I mean, I think I felt a little disappointment in that, but it gave me clarity. And I said, you know what? Do your episode. Do not abandon this project. Even if nobody watches, just had a conversation that you want to have. Just speak. Just do what it is that your soul is kind of pulling out of you, something to do. And my soul is telling me to just like get on the internet and talk. Um, so abandonment. That's what I'm leaning into. That's what I'm discussing. That's what I'm asking brothers my age, my generation. How are you processing and handling abandonment, your abandonment issues? Because you have them, at least 70% of us. So I don't know why I just got that number, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I went to a boarding school, and I know that a lot of the brothers that I grew up with, um, that are grown men now, they didn't have fathers in the household. So you know, that's strike one. That's abandonment one. Whether they talk about it or not, whether it shows up, smack dead in your face, with interacting with one of us, but we have it. We have it. The first man in our life, nowhere to be found. So I'm curious as to how brothers are managing it. Is it through talk therapy, partner therapy? We talk to our partners, and that's healing for us. Is it through family? Is it talking or is it just having people around? Are you reconnecting with your fathers? Are you, kind of closing those gaps of abandonment that we've all, felt for so many years? How are you handling it? I'll tell you how I'm handling it. Now that I recognize more that abandonment shows up hard for me, or feeling abandoned shows up really hard. Um, Especially when relationships and, you know, disappointments and all those kind of things. Um, I have a talk therapist. I have two talk therapists. I confide in partners sometimes here and there. I don't always handle it well. Um, Again, now that it is really showing up for me, I um, I know that I could do better. I know I can do more with my therapy. I know that I can confide in people more. Um, but I'm also kind of a loner. So it's difficult for me. So again, I'm curious as to how brothers are maintaining in your middle age, right? And you've gone all these years with this maybe sometimes invisible chip on your shoulder, but it's a thing. Like think about how abandonment shows up for you. Um, and I think it starts that I won't even I would say the path to healing. We say the word healing so much, but I'm thinking more of just understanding. Like maybe the healing won't come. I don't even think about healing. I think about understanding what the hurt is. And once you understand what the hurt is, you can decide whether you want to do what you want to do with it or not. So some people don't want to heal, but to know what the hurt is and to be able to process the hurt, I think that is just as important. Like, is that step one? Like, what is it that's bothering me? What hurts? Abandonment issues, abuse, um, things that those traumas that are associated with abandonment and abuse, as we grow older, whether it's if you're a child or if you're older in a relationship, these things continue to show up for us. So how are y'all maintaining? How are y'all managing that? Yeah, so that's really all I had. I wanted to make this longer, but I also wanted to be like real and say if I only got 5 minutes of content to talk about, I'm going to do that. So again, this is just a conversation. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to buy anything. I'm not trying to teach or preach. I just felt like saying stuff and maybe a couple people would listen. And even if you don't, it's all good. Um, but yeah, really into processing my own issues, my own um, traumas. So learning from people that grew up like me that relate to the things that I might relate to. Um, I'm definitely curious as to how you navigate these waters. So just know that I love you. Thank you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Peace.